Hi from Bugeye Guys. Look at this. This is what we've been waiting for, ladies and gentlemen. This is the very first production Austin Healey Bugeye Sprite. First one that came off the assembly line, number 501. And it is AN5L 501, the plate that these folks made in Australia left off the L because on the chassis plate here, they left off the L, and according to the Heritage Trust folks, that was a mistake. All the left-hand drive cars had an L. This number one Bugeye was a left-hand drive car for the American market. Therefore, it is AN5L, but the plate says AN5, so another one of those interesting anomalies. I am here today to give you a video and a quick tour of something that just arrived. Now, I bought this car in December of 2021. It is today July 13th of 2022. So it's taken about 8 months because of the pandemic to get this car here, and it just arrived today. Now, I have not driven it. I've taken a couple of walk-arounds just to kind of get over the initial excitement. We are about to make this into a gold level concours car, we hope. That's our goal. And we have about 2 months to do it. So this is going to be a very exciting time for us. Fortunately, this car is actually, it's a concours car for your basic concours, if there is such a thing. I probably should restate that. Most of the national concours, even the really, really important ones, you still have only about 5 or 10 minutes of judging. Tell me the story of your car. Let's look at the condition. What have you got here? When was it restored? How did you end up with it? That kind of thing. And if you have a great story and a really nice car, you're good. And this car meets that criteria. This is a concours level car, given that it's a Bugeye Sprite, which was never made, to the highest of standards. It's a perfectly nice concours condition car with this beautiful interior. However, the game that we're about to play is the National Austin Healey Club. 2 points right here, maybe even 4 points. 2 points. Good condition, wrong mirror. So condition and accuracy are measured, and there's also a loose mount. And the ignition switch is upside down, but we'll fix that. Now we can't use the ignition guillotine that we make for this. We'll have to use the stock original clip, but the right fuel gauge and the right lens for the ignition light and the right blue lens for the high beam. Most of these are long gone. If you ever look at Bugeye Speedos, they're gone. And the right gas pedal, the wrong pedal pads. So the early cars had the Flying A pedal pad. But look at this nice Hardora. We talk a lot about Hardora. And then they made a beautiful tunnel mat. That's a one-of-a-kind tunnel mat, which very closely approximates the original rubber mats. This was how the pattern looks. So somebody in Australia did a gorgeous job of this. I like that a lot. And nice colors, and wrong steering wheel, but perhaps a correct period wheel, but we'll put an original wheel on here. What else can I show you? This is the right windshield, but the wrong logo. Pilkington, it needs to be triplex. The wrong headlights, halogen, no halogens in 1958, so those will be Lucas lights. But the right bumper, the right little cut, see this little cut in the bumper? That's kind of cool, that's supposed to be there. The wrong wheels, 1958, yeah, it's arguable that you could get wire wheels, but we have to take those off. The right colored stanchions for an early windscreen, which was the 9-stud type. And these, I have to look it up, but I think these were meant to be unpainted, all these screws. But a condition deduction here, so we'll touch this up. So accuracy is generally 2 points, condition is generally 2 more points. You start with 1,000 points. If you're between 1,000 and 950, you end up with gold. So they keep deducting points, and if you drop below 950, then it's a silver level car. So like here's a condition deduction because you have a cut in the gasket, so we'll change that. That's easy. But the concours judges are 4 guys, 2 hours. Very different from that national concours I was talking about earlier, where it's maybe 4 guys, but like 5 or 10 minutes. These are the correct door levers for a 58 car, and these are the correct gussets for a 58 car. And this is a worn door latch, so we have to fix that. That would be 2 points off. I hope you get the idea. These are all the things that, you can't show up with this sort of thing, but that's, after the voyage this car has been on, if that's all that's fallen out, I'll be very happy. Pretty cool. First bug I ever made. Let's go for a drive. And before we go for a drive, I just wanted to check out, this is a watercolor. I did not know this was in the car. It's something that in the last 12 years, I guess, was drawn. This is exactly how the car looked in 2012 when I had first bid on it. Now 10 years later, I've ended up with this car. But it was raced, as an occasional track racer. There's the black plate, California plate that was on it at the time. I guess the mirror had been mounted there, and the roll bar, the wire wheels, and it was painted red, of course, and left out in the woods. It was really a rough car, and now that it's all restored, it's kind of an honor to have this picture to hang in our shop. So that was a really special gift that I did not know was going to be in the car. First drive, 501, and you are there. Honestly, Austin drove this out of the truck just in the front of our building, left it here, so it's moved about 30 feet since it left Australia, and now let's see how it works. So far so good. That's that good Australian gasoline. Only 7 months old. Hopefully with some stable in it. Seems to be behaving quite nicely. Wow, not bad. This thing's been in a box for 3 months and traveled across the ocean, and it works. How about that? You know, even though I've ended up with this car, Tony Bonetto and his family poured their hearts into this thing to make this beautiful interior and these gorgeous door panels and pockets, and to get the car restored. Unfortunately, he had an untimely passing. I was lucky enough to get this car from his widow, but I know that thousands of hours went into this car to take it from that red car in the watercolor to what you see today, and we'll now put another 1,000 hours in to make it look exactly the way it did the day it was on the showroom floor, or the day it rolled out of the factory. But so many things are in place, and I know that's largely because of Tony's careful research. Like, this is the proper way for the top bow to punch through the Hardura mat, and this is the proper 58 top bow without a spring. I'm sure there's a lot more we'll discover. Again, my relationship with this car in person is about 15 minutes old, so there's a lot more to come, and that is the story of 501, which will now join all the other Bugeyes in the building. We have to get this fuel cap painted. You remember that these would have been color matched to the body, so those are all some of the things that'll be happening in the next 2 months as we get ready for the concours in the Poconos in September of 2022, where this car will be judged, hopefully to attain a gold level certification. And now car 501 has landed. Thank you for watching and for all your support here at Bugeye Guys.